Tennessee is so good at the two-point shot. Who said the mid-range game is dead?
A lot of people, actually, but with UT, it's not. Inside, make it 6-4.
I've said all season long, I think Williams and Schofield are the best older combo inside out in the country.
And Williams right now would get our vote for Player of the Year in the SEC, correct?
Yes.
He won it, of course, last year to be the first player since Corliss Williams.
The good stuff.
Kotsar picks up the loose ball. Another turnover for George Washington. Bryant, who put up 21 points in the season opener against USC Upstate, the most for a freshman in his debut in the Frank Martin era, as Silva, what a university. And Justin described by Coach Joseph as the heart and soul of this George Washington team. Silva muscling his way in. The one thing he always took away was the excessive room service that he was allowed when he traveled with his mother. Hasse inside to Silva. What a great move.
Time and score situation. They had plenty of time to wait that out, but obviously Poole saw an opening that nobody else did. And the clock is Michigan's friend right now.
Silva. Gafford, Silva in the jump circle, and here we go from inside Colonial Life Arena. South Carolina in the white, Arkansas in the red. Silva gets a touch on the first possession. And an all SEC.
At best, 6'4" was trying to guard Chris Silva. You got to feed the big man down low. Same thing right now. Joe's on him. Just let him go to work. Get it right back to him.
Major mismatch. It's Gabo Saboyan on Silva. Scores again. Number 10 in the red and 30 in the white. Two all SEC first team forwards. Back to Silva. Fights off the pressure and scores.
Nice job. But his experience there, I think, is why the ball is in his hands against this pressure.
He's the senior from Georgia. Feeds Silva. Working in on a fatigued Gafford. 4-point lead.
I think so. And it's been baby steps for them. But they're continuing to get better. And everybody's starting to understand their role and understand what Coach Anderson wants.
Silva catches deep in the paint. He's got
enter the ball into their all-SEC star, Chris Silva.
And he's got it. Lost the ball when he was driving.
Plays under control when he gets into the paint. You know, he's got the size of a big man and the poise of a point guard.
Well, Kevin Keats wanted him at UNC Wilmington. When Keats went to NC State, Cuthbertson went to junior college.
For a second, now he's got two on him. It's too late.
Silva has 8 points, half of those coming at the stripe. Make it 10 on the turnaround. 2 contests for both sides, but it easily could be a quad 1 game by the end of the year. Remember, the quadrant system operates in real time, so it matters what the rankings are at the end of the year on Selection Sunday, as opposed to right now. And a lot of fans, I don't think, realize that. So at the end of the year, this game for either side, whoever wins it, could really be a resume booster.
Absolutely. It's like a chameleon. It just changes during the course of the season.
Yeah. Silva against Hall, triple team. Finishes off the glass.
And that time the double was late.
Lewis tried to sneak that one in, couldn't do it. The rebound to the freshman Bryant.
And he can rebound it and take it. They've been feeding Silva in the second half. I like the way they look for him. Good patience. They got 4 around 1.
Silva inside.
See what happens, Roy? Is if they leave Silva alone inside.
opening fouls.
Bede going strong. He now has all of Georgia's points.
For Derek Ogbede, his senior night was spoiled by Missouri, so he wants to return the favor to South Carolina and the Gamecocks today.
Silva posts up in the paint. And a foul against the Dogs underneath.
He was in jail down there in the paint. Really a good foul by Nene.
Campbell off the mark with the three. Silva kept it alive. Might could have been called for his fifth foul as he kind of tackled Nene.
Absolutely tackled Nene. That should have been his fifth foul.
Feed into Silva, and then he's fouled on
this first half. He's got 8.
Silva will fire a three and find the bottom.
Well, heck, South Carolina's 8-4 in the league. Well, Ole Miss has a net ranking of 30, and South Carolina, this is the NCAA's new toy for measuring teams. South Carolina.
Balls are feeling it.
Tennessee, a blistering 6 of 7 from downtown. Silva shows some range.
I think is really important and kind of shows this maturity of the team and Rick Barnes knowing his personnel, because most of the time
South Carolina comes away with it. Deshaun Bryant hands it off to Trey Campbell. Chris Silva had an explosive start against Tennessee. Spots up from the elbow.
Williams stuck free. Almost as though he has eyes in the back of his head because he released the ball earlier because Coach Start was coming for the block. Silva waiting for Gravitt to clear out. A one-handed push. This could be fun if he's player of the year this year and well on his way probably to a repeat performance. He would join Corliss Williamson. It's the last guy to win player of the year twice in a row. It's funny, it's kind of a good comparison on how their games are. I hadn't thought of it, actually. Silva will tee up a three. Bonus patience on that one, right? Catch, release quick. Hard to guard. The only thing he did was try to guard Bone as Bone was bringing it up the floor. With that quick move, it's kind of like a big league pitcher. You don't throw the fastball max velocity every time, right? Yeah. Silva's second triple. They only had
The mark. We understand that there have been some technical issues with the audio. Apologize for that and are working to get that squared away.
I wouldn't be surprised to see this South Carolina team trying to pound it inside. Chris Silva, get him some touches on the block, but how about the elbow?
In the post, walled up, there was not back rotation. So Silva's guy, Horace Spencer, active on the offensive glass, follows up emphatically.
Silva turns and fires. Well, it's hard to defend that shot.
Between your quaff and his, maybe the day of the hair.
And then he gets a block. Frink has come to play on this Sunday afternoon.
Let him touch it.
Silva into the lane.
I love that camera angle. It's very difficult to inbounds the ball against Auburn. They really fight you and pressure you, and hard to score against. You're lucky just to get it in, and that's what South Carolina settles for.
We're going to get that on Okiki with his.
The even Drago punching machine never lose to an executive. That's why I didn't say anything. Chris Silva with the jumper. He's back.
Grantham, in the middle of conference play. A lot of people just counted Clemson out. Like the party's over now. They're going to wilt. But it was guys like Marquise Reed and Shelton Mitchell who kept them competitive, got them in the tournament, and then they go to the Sweet 16.
And Gabe DeVoe had 75 points in their 3 tournament games. He was on a mission in that tournament.
Highlighted by the big win over the Auburn Tigers.
Allowing an aggressive Michigan team to get on the glass and defensively not really caring for the ball and not sharing the ball.
Chris Silva.
Simpson drew everybody in the paint, which allowed the perimeter shooters like Matthews to spot up.
Win against Carolina in this series and has been dominated by the Gamecocks 44-19. Carolina 31 wins. injured his foot in the exhibition against Augusta, and a lot of fans have been wanting to see T.J. Moss.
And he's another one of those long, lanky freshmen who can play. Very athletic. Pretty good passer. And can shoot the three as well.
3 guys on the floor right now that really could run point for Frank Martin in Gravett, Lawson, and Moss. Fade away.
3, and Bryce Brown starts off the second half by knocking it down.
I watched Bryce Brown during the halftime, and Bruce Pearl had his entire team circled up. The horn had already sounded, and Bryce Brown was not going to go to the bench until he made his last 3. He saw the ball go in at halftime, and he starts off the second 20 minutes with a make.
He's got 14. There's Silva. He can do that. He knocks it down. Boy, he looked good with that stroke.